What's going on, growers? It's James Prigioni coming to you live from Jersey. Today, me and Tucker are going to take you along for a massive backyard gardening harvest, our biggest, most diverse one ever. Let's go! Let's jump right into the harvest. This is what we've been working towards all year. Let's start things out with the purple of Sicily cauliflower. Come around here and take a peek at this. The color is magnificent. So beautiful. Let's cut this right at the base. I've got another variety right next to me that's even more purple, but look how stunning that color is. Not the biggest head, I probably could have let it get a little bigger, but I've got a bunch more, and I've got more of the same variety, so we're gonna harvest this one a little early. Come to my left right here. This is the graffiti purple. Look how dark purple this one is. Absolutely beautiful. Let's cut it out. And the purple cauliflower have anthocyanins. That's what makes them turn that purple color. So they actually, it's the same antioxidants that are found in red grapes. So the purple cauliflower are actually better for you than the white ones. Look at Tuck trying to grab some snacks. Let's put them two next to each other. Isn't that amazing? Nature just paints the most beautiful and incredible pictures. So we've got some more stuff to get. Let's step back a little bit and grab this early Jersey Wakefield cabbage. Headed up, looking really nice. We're gonna get low and harvest this one. I've got my Felco pruners today. You need good ones when you've got some massive food to harvest. Look at this. We're just gonna pull a few of these leaves back just so we could make it manageable to bring in. Some mulch fell on top of Tuck right here. There's nothing that gets me and Tuck more excited or makes us happier than coming out here and harvesting some of this fresh food. All these extra leaves that I'm pulling away, we're gonna give those to the chickens. They're not gonna go to waste. Look at the size of this thing. Huge. Let's back up just a little bit though and grab another one right here. Oh, it's so cool. And there are so many different kinds of food we're gonna harvest today. Cucumbers, squash, berries, different kinds of fruits, everything. Let's get this one. Already we're just filling this bowl up. I'm not gonna be able to fit everything in this bowl, but this is just to kind of move things around. Let's actually grab one of these lettuces over here. Bronze mignonette that are getting close. Let's harvest one of these too. Get this one. Stunning colors. And then just take a quick peek of the bed. We've got flowers here. We've got so much kale, the lacinato kale, the scarlet kale, the dazzling blue kale, 3 different kinds of kale. Along the back, look at all the grapes. That's what's gonna be setting up in the future. There are just so many grapes. Let's keep moving though. We've got a plethora of things to harvest. This is just the start. Let's start moving this way. Just follow me. We're just getting started here, guys. So this is one bowl, heavy, a lot of food. Check out right here, another graffiti purple cauliflower. Just heading up. Let's go down a little ways. Look at this Robert, the Robert cauliflower. Look at the size of that head. Look at, oh man, the texture. Really, really nice head. One of the better heads I grew this year for the cauliflower. In just a small little 1 square foot section, so you don't need an incredible amount of space. Let's remove some of these leaves. I feel like a kid on Christmas peeling this stuff away. And again, this will go to the chickens. I'll go back and give it all to the chickens. Okay, our bowl's getting bigger. Let's keep moving. Stuff's starting to fall out. I'm gonna just start leaving stuff and then we'll just come back at the end and then put all the harvests on one table and show you it. Let's go down this way though. The same beds where we just are 1 square foot. Look, eggplants, beans, different kinds of beans, kale. Take a quick peek up, look real quick, because we're also underneath an apple tree with apples. Here, look at this, up here apples. I think this one's the Shea apple. I haven't had any of this variety, but more apples over here. Keep coming this way. The dino kale, the chamomile, peppers, and look at the celery, pink celery. Let me grab one. Look at this. Stunning color. I haven't tried it yet. Let me taste it. Pretty mild. A little bit bitter, but just such a beautiful color. We got more stuff to show. As we look up a little bit though, look. Peaches above us. peaches. Really cool. I think Tuck was looking for a carrot, so let's see if he wants one. Let's retrace just a little bit back to this bed. And I think we've got some carrots in here. Tuck, want a carrot, boy? Let's see if he wants to dig one up this time. What's this, Tuck? What's this? What's that? Want a carrot, boy? Show him, just give him an idea of where they're at. Here he goes. Now here he goes. That's a little double one he found. Let him snack on that. Actually, I'm gonna clean off some of the dirt from it. Give him a snack, but I know we've got bigger, better carrots in other locations, so let's let him snack on that and keep moving. Let's go this way. More apples. Apples and peaches are my favorite larger fruit, so I've got a good amount of them. Look to my right here, and we've got even more apples. This is the Braeburn right here. Look at those nice little fruits down there. Nice color. Over here we've got the Birdie's raised bed, which is doing fantastic for me. I love these raised beds so much. We got a Melissa Savoy cabbage that's almost ready, but I have ones that are further along, so we're gonna save this one. But we will harvest the Red Express right here. Look at this cabbage. This is the most dense one of the year so far. This thing is like, this reminds me of the Red Rock, the Mammoth Red Rock. This is the Red Express, but look at this. This thing is absolutely solid, man. Beautiful cabbage. Nice shape, a little small, but very dense. Let me actually cut this thing open and see what it looks like on the inside. Come around this way though, because I want to show you another cabbage over here. Here's another one we need to grab. Look at this, beautiful, but let's actually cut into this thing. See what it looks like. Oh my gosh, picturesque. It's amazing to me that it looks this good, but it tastes incredible. I mean, I've said it more times than I can count, but the only way to get food this good is to grow it yourself. You have to grow it in your backyard. And also, kings can't buy food this good. You can't get food organic, this natural, right from the backyard, fresh to eat. Look at the juices in it. Absolutely just amazing. Let's keep moving though, we got so many more things to grab. Over here, you'll notice we've got some blueberry bushes that are covered. We need to do that with all of our blueberries because the birds like to come for them, but we've got more apples hidden back here. Some nice little apples. Move to our right, these blueberry bushes are loaded. This is a high bush, so it's a little taller than the other ones. Two varieties next to each other. Pears over here, don't forget about some pears. More blueberries. Take a peek at these blueberries while I grab my pruner. Look at them, beautiful. Come this way though. Let's check out the other Birdie's raised bed. Look at the cabbages over here. Oh my gosh. This is the dead-on Savoy. Look at it. A little bit longer, we're gonna let the head get a little bigger. But these carrots over here are doing well. Let's grab another carrot for Tuck. These ones are a little bigger. Let's see how this one is. Oh yeah, look at the length. These are the super long carrots, so they're gonna get much bigger, but look at the length of that. When you see that, you know that you've got some good soil. Some nice, light, good soil. Tuck's running away. We don't need to feed him another carrot. We'll just keep this one. Let's keep going this way though. I want to show you some of the zucchinis in the keyhole raised bed, and some of the cucumbers and some of the squash, all different stuff. Look at the Costado Romanesca, ready to harvest. Let's grab a bunch of them. Look at that. This is the size I love getting them. They're so good at this size. Let's get another one here. Very good. Then let's move into this keyhole raised bed. Just come behind me. Look how much foliage, look how much growth in here. Look at the size of the Swiss chard. Look how thick those stalks are. That's actually unbelievable. And down here we've got some other squash. Some small little Gelber Englisher squash. We're gonna grab some when they're small. Really cute little one. This thing's gonna pump out a lot of squash. We've got cucumbers on the other side that I can't even get to here. I'm gonna have to go into the chicken pen and grab them. Let's keep going though. These squash are looking real nice. Over here, we've got the golden zucchini. Back here, look at that. Very nice. Look how striking of a yellow that is. Let me show you in comparison with some more Costados. Look at this plant down here. That is how you get huge harvest from squash. Look at that. I hand pollinated a lot of these, so I had the early squash. This is my favorite variety by far of zucchini. You cannot beat this in flavor, in production. It's got this like little nutty flavor to it that some of the other squashes don't, and you just can't beat it. The Italians definitely know how to do their squash. Let's keep moving. Check out this, like I mentioned, the Melissa Savoy. This is probably one of the prettiest looking cabbages in my opinion, and it's ready to be harvested. Let's grab this. Oh yeah, let's bring it out. Look at Tuck, he found the squash. He loves snacking on stuff from the garden. This is what happens when you grow things organic in your backyard. It even brings the pups as a part of it. So if you love seeing Tuck in the videos, spam some hearts down in the comments. I also want to mention too, if you guys want to grab some summer merch, right now we've got the exclusive summer merch out. Check it out at jamesprigioni.com. They're really awesome shirts. Be a part of Team Grow and start growing some of your own food in your backyard. Look at this. Oh my gosh. The ribbing of it, it's just, it almost looks fake to me. It almost looks like a drawing or something. We've got more to show. You know what we should do? Let's harvest another monster. Melissa Savoy right here. Look at this. Here's our tiered raised bed. We put this one in a couple of years ago. And let's just say it's producing a lot of food for us. There's another one. Again, these leaves are gonna go to the chickens. So let's toss them some leaves. Let's toss them some of the leaves, the chickens. As we do, look at the grapes along the fence line. We don't want to waste any fence line, any spot that we can grow. Where are those chickens at? Woo, 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 woo. Hey girls. They're hiding in the back. Throw them some of that, let them snack on it. Add 2 more cabbages to the harvest. Love to see it. Squash over there. At the end, I'm just gonna have to go around and basically collect everything that I found. But let's get this other one here. Why not? Another red cabbage. Look at this thing. Another red Express. We'll grab this one too. Right next to me, massive sunflower looking really beautiful. Another red cabbage. Tomatoes looking great. Other tomatoes over here looking amazing. Right here, the asparagus that we put in last year, showing great growth. More grapes along the fence line. Let's move into the other garden though, because I'm telling you, we still got a lot more to show. Let's keep harvesting. We've got some cucumbers to grab over here. Look how well they're doing along this fence line. Let me grab a couple. In order to find them, we've got to peel some of these leaves back. Come down here, look. Cucumbers forming. I love grabbing my cucumbers when they're small, just like this, because you need to get your cucumbers when they're small. If you allow one to finish on the vine, the whole plant will quit producing. Another one here. And it looks like some more of the other ones are on the other side of the fence. They're in the chicken pen. So let's hop into the chicken pen and grab some. But while we're doing that, we'll see if Tuck wants one. We'll try to keep him busy with the cuke. Want a cucumber, boy? Keep you nice and busy? Because he likes to chase the chickens around. So let's go sneak into the chicken pen while he's busy. Sneak right in. Here's the other side of our keyhole bed. And we've got more cucumbers hidden back here. Beautiful one here, but look, see the silver slicers too, the white cucumbers back there are starting to get ready also. Here's more of the silver slicers. And I know we have a couple more cucumbers on this side of the fence that we were just on. Here we go. The more you pick, the more you get when it comes to cucumbers. We want to keep picking. That looks nice. Let's keep moving along. Check out the health and size of these tomatoes. It's like, it literally just turned summer here and we've got tomatoes this massive already. Best ever, definitely by far. In the back we've got potatoes in pots doing really well also. So the garden looks this good because we've been growing like this for years. There's not something incredible or anything we're doing, it's just refining through the years. So we always like to put in our notes things that did well, things that didn't do well, and then we could adjust from that. Check out the pallet raised bed. Look at the tomatoes under here forming. Look at these ones here too. Look at, come under here, look at this. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks so beautiful. What variety is even that? The violet Jasper. Man, that's really pretty. More down here. Look how thick and dense it is. Let's keep going though. Cucumbers growing up to one string right here. I got Tuck following me around because he wants another cucumber. Check out this side of the pallet raised bed. Look at the flowers we have peeking through. Zinnias, cosmos. There's even carrots down there. Let's see how those are doing. I forgot I had even planted them. I know it's a long variety, because I plant the long varieties in the deep beds. Let's see if there's any ready. They feel pretty small. We'll leave them for now. Still small. Look at the size of the Swiss chard. They're doing real nice. More tomatoes and then more cucumbers on this backside. Anywhere we can squeeze food in, that's what we do. And you know how it's obvious? Take a peek to the left. More apple trees. Look at these. Woo, look how beautiful this thing is. Look how beautiful these apples are. I mean, some of them are getting massive, looking really nice. And then right next to us here, we have another apple tree. This is my favorite variety of all time. This is the Honeycrisp apple. These apples are doing real nice too. Nice sets in there. Check out the other raised bed. Look how packed with food this thing is. This is the square foot gardening method, but this is like, you know, this is like square foot gardening on steroids in my opinion. Come over here though, and let's grab some of the celery. We had the other pink celery. This is more of a, you know, a standard variety. This is the Tango Celery. So let's try one of these. See if it's a little better tasting than the other. Wow. Wow. Sweet. No bitterness. Really, really good. Definitely better than the pink celery. Tuck, you want to try a piece of celery? Nah, he's not a fan. That's really good, the Tango celery. I'm gonna have to harvest some more of that. If he doesn't like the celery, maybe he'll like a carrot. You want a carrot, boy? I know we got some white ones in here. I got some white carrots. This is the white Satin. Look how cool and unique that thing looks. I mean, if you've never grown fruit in your backyard, fruit and veggies in your backyard, you might be thinking, what the heck is this, a parsnip? Let me get that for you, Tuck. Nah, this thing's a carrot right here. Completely white. How does it taste? Pretty good? I'm gonna have to taste this one actually. I'm gonna take a bite with Tuck. Let me come on his side. Let me try one of these. Wow. Nice sweet flavor. Good natural carrot flavor. Incredibly sweet, better than I thought it was gonna be. I really want to eat this one myself, but sometimes the boss gets first choice, right boy? So, that's the white one. Let's see if we got any purple carrots ready. Back here, we got any purple ones maybe? Let's see. This one looks like it might be decent. Oh, the cosmic red. Putting out some extra shoots. Not doing perfect, but still a nice color. I like to see it. And in this bed, we've also got flowers that came up on their own, like the Borage. This is an incredible companion for tomatoes. It's said to actually make your tomato plants taste better. So not only is it beautiful, but it's a really good companion. Let's come over here. Look how dense this bed is. We've got a lot more peppers and stuff in these bed. Flowers. This is a basil. We've got the purple basil. And then we've got some more cauliflowers that are getting ready to set up. But that's enough on the veggies. Let's move over to a couple pieces of fruit. Show you guys what we got over here. I'm going to show you my blueberries in my other garden on the side of the house. Those are insane how much fruit they have on them. But here's a nice set of white currants, a really good plant. Currants are delicious, they're sweet, and they put these beautiful little like trusses out of fruit. I feel like a king right now. Come on, Tuck, please keep going. Zinnia's getting ready to flower. You guys want to grow grapes? You want to eat grapes? Look at this. I'm contemplating if I should take some off because there's so many, but it's hard to cut away fruit when it looks this dang good. I mean, this is what I've always dreamt about. And I heard someone say once, if you want to do something like, if you want to be successful, it's not about doing anything extraordinary, it's about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. So gardening isn't hard, but if you put a lot of effort into it, you study, you take your time to learn a lot of things, it becomes an absolute joy because you spend so much time running around and harvesting all different kinds of stuff. I mean, why harvest just red raspberries when you can harvest yellow ones too, like these, the fall gold. Look at this, look at the size of that raspberry, and the flavors are so good. I mean, I'm just gonna have to harvest a bunch of these, but what more could you ask for? Let's keep going though. We got a lot more stuff to show. Right here next to us, this is an herb we put in years ago, oregano. look how much oregano this is. You want to make pizza? I mean, you could probably make pizza for 10 years with this much oregano. Cucumbers growing up strings that we're going to grow up our peaches. So we're doing some unique stuff here. Also having a lot of fun. We do things that make us come out here more and just make us have fun. Blackberries, doing real nice. We've got our permaculture plant right here. Bone knit. That's one of the names we call that a lot. Here we've got the tomatoes in pots growing up peach trees. And look at the sets on them. Just because you don't have a lot of space doesn't mean you can't grow some of your own food. You can just grow in a 5-gallon bucket just like that. I mean, it's not even that hard, but it's just so much fun to do. More cucumbers along the back that are just starting to set up. We like to plant things staggered. So some of our cucumbers are producing, another round of cucumbers is coming up. This way you can always get harvests. Along here, sunflowers that came up on their own. This one's a multi-head sunflower. This one's gonna be kicking out crazy amounts of heads. So we don't let that many plants come up as volunteers because we like to be selective about the things we plant in the garden. So if I want to grow something, then I choose where to plant it. But when it comes to sunflowers and stuff, we always let those come up. More tomatoes in pots, growing up trees. This thing's going to grow up this tomato plant's going to grow up the string, and then we're going to grow it up the tree and then along the peach tree. It's going to be really cool. Check out this variety of tomato. This is for your porches if you don't have a lot of space. Look how tiny these tomatoes are. I mean, look how tiny these plants are and how packed they are with tomatoes. This one over here too. Look at this. It's just amazing. You can grow these tomatoes in tiny pots. So you got to be really selective about the varieties you want to grow because there's thousands and thousands of varieties. That's one of the best things about being a backyard gardener. The incredible choice and number of varieties that you can actually grow. Look at these tomatoes back here. I'm growing tomatoes in all different kinds of ways because we just love to do it. Look at the Castelluto Genovese. These things are already starting to set up. This is not only a beautiful tomato, but it's a delicious one. So we're growing the Costata Romanesca, the Italian zucchini, and we're growing the Castelluto Genovese, the Italian. What are you doing, buddy? Look at this guy. At least take one that's bitten already, boss. Absolutely hilarious. He loves being on camera. He loves eating his stuff. I can't get him to stop sometimes. I told you I'd grab some blueberries. Let's get a bunch of them off this massive plant here. And there's also some huge blueberries I gotta grab too. But just look how loaded this plant is. I don't even know where to start. So let's just get a bunch of them. I'm gonna get a nice handful. This is the reason you gotta grow fruit in your backyard. So you could come out here and eat it fresh. There's nothing like it. The flavor, the taste, everything about it. It's so rewarding to watch it grow too, to plant something and then a couple years later have it provide for you. So when it comes to annuals, we like to talk about how the annuals are really good. They take a lot of work and they provide a lot of food, but the perennials are insane because all you need to do is take care of them basically in the beginning, and then at the end they'll basically take care of you for life. So it's kind of a good trade-off. Let's eat some blueberries though. Oh man, I'm eating this stuff and showing you so I could encourage you guys to get it planted. That's all me and Tuck want to do, get as many people growing as possible. Woo. You can't top that. But let's get some massive blueberries. So we got some regular sized blueberries. Let's get some ones that are so big, you only need a couple. Look at this thing. This must be the Duke blueberry. Look at the size of it. Another big one over here. Look at these. You gotta be kidding me. This looks more like a cherry. Let's taste it. Way more mild than that one. Good, but more mild. I think I like the other one better. Still really good flavor. Let's have another. These are just a few of the many blueberry plants we have over here. This is our side garden that specializes in berry production. So it's not just about blueberries though. Let me show you some boysenberries. This is a combination of your raspberry and blackberry. These things get big and delicious. Look at that. And the cool thing is they ripen a lot earlier than your blackberries. So let's get one of these. Ooh, man, this is gonna be good. Look at that. This is why we do it. Taste it. Ooh, wow. Incredible. Starts as a raspberry. You could taste some of the blackberry in there. Oh man, relatively mild. That is dangerously good. I'll tell you what, it's not as good as my favorite raspberry of all time though, the black cap raspberries. Before we get to those though, look at this. You can grow tiny tomatoes that'll produce a lot of fruit. You can grow tiny blueberries that will produce a lot of fruit. Again, variety selection is a huge deal. Look at these cute little blueberry plants. More blueberries over here with a lot of production on them. Let's stop here. Look how much different the leaf structure is, even in just these two. Here's a variety that's producing a lot earlier for us. Look at it. Oh man. So the Chandler, the Misty are great varieties of blueberry. The Misty really does well. the Chandler, the Patriot. There's just so many varieties. Check out the Asian pear. It's got too many pears on it. We still need to prune it more. I mean, we still need to thin it more, but look how heavy the tree is. There's just too much stuff. Another huge blueberry plant right here. Notice how we have it covered with insect net. Insect netting, you really got to do this to keep the birds off, because the birds are super greedy. This is the blackberry I was talking, this is the raspberry I was talking about, the black caps. These are insane flavor-wise. My favorite flavored my favorite flavored raspberry. So the yellow raspberries are a lot sweeter, but the black caps have a more dynamic flavor to it. It's not just that sweetness, it hits you with a few different like levels and notes, so it's so good. Let me taste these. It's got like that almost gamey, like natural flavor to it, and they melt in your mouth. You barely even have to chew them. Look how many we have back here on the black caps. Raspberries are super important to make sure you get the good pruning method for doing it. So you'll notice how tall these shoots are, the new ones. We're going to cut them down to 2 or 4 feet, because all the production on these black cap raspberries is on the lateral branches. If I pull this up, this is the main stem, and look how all the fruit was coming off the lateral ones. So what you want to do is encourage a lot of lateral growth when it comes to the black cap raspberries. That will increase your overall harvest. So learning how to manipulate plants in order for them to produce more for you is really important. That's why I recently made a video about the 3 berries every beginner gardener should get into the ground, or the 3 fruits, because these fruits are great introductions to growing fruits in general. The little lessons you learn within them are like microcosms of big lessons you need to grow for growing fruit in general. That's today's video, growers. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Videos like this just bring me and Tuck so much joy to make. We love sharing with everyone what we're harvesting, because we want everyone to be growing some food. If you have the opportunity, if you have a little bit of space, if you have even a spot on a patio, try to grow some of the things we showed you, because we think they're going to bring you a lot of just excitement and fun, and they'll also be able to feed you too. So it's a great skill to be able to know how to feed yourself. The boss has been out here the whole time. It gets hot, but he doesn't quit. You guys got to make sure you're spamming hearts in the comments. Tuck wants to see hearts everywhere in those comments. He's out here. He never stops. He's working hard. He's the heart and soul of the garden. And I'll tell you one thing, there isn't a plant I put into the ground that Tuck wasn't here with me. So everything in the garden was planted by my hand and Tuck's paw. So we think that's encouraging too, because we don't have a team of people out here working, trying to get everything growing. We don't have a team of people behind the cameras doing all the editing. We're just out here growing food in our backyard, in a regular suburban backyard. Take a peek around. Look at this. I mean, maybe you'll hear people sawing in the background, some stuff going on. It's just a normal suburban backyard. You drive by, you would never notice it, but then you take a peek to the backyard and it's just it's a food forest. It's mimicked after a natural forest, but we replace all those elements with food, with cherries, with tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. I mean, anything you can name, anything you could possibly grow in New Jersey, we have it in the ground. We just love doing it. So make sure you guys check out some of the merch down low. Grab a fresh water bottle, grab a shirt. We're getting kids clothes in. We've got women's clothes. Grab a kneeler, support the channel, and make sure, most importantly, that you're growing something yourself. That's why we do this. We want to encourage people to grow some of their own food. We also want to thank one of our new channel members, Hannah Ficken. Thanks for being a part of Team Grow. Thanks for having your hand in the suburban food forest dream. I mean, this is what me and Tuck have always wanted. For years, we've worked towards this because we wanted to get lost in our own backyard. We wanted to be surrounded by food. Nothing brings a bigger smile on our face. So me and Tuck had a blast out here. We hope you guys did too. Make sure you share this with your friends if you find value in it, if you think someone could get something out of it, some encouragement or anything, because we just love being out here. So me and Tuck, the boss. Get one more shot of him before we go. Look at him. Geez, this guy was always melting my heart out here. He never quits, and isn't he handsome? He's just the greatest. So Tuck and James, we'll be back at you again real soon. We